Welcome to Michigan in Focus, powered by thecentersquare.com. This episode features a piece by Center Square Michigan reporter Scott McClellan, headlined, quote, Lawmaker, investigate Michigan's prison staffing practices, end quote. Here's the story. A Michigan lawmaker wants Auditor General Doug Ringler to investigate state prison staffing practices. Representative Sarah Lightner, a Republican from R-Springport, sent a letter to Ringler requesting a review of staffing shortages and alleged violations of federal and state labor regulations within the Michigan Department of Corrections. The MDOC has more than 13,000 full-time positions as of fiscal year 2023. Lightner represents Jackson County, home to several state prisons and a large population of corrections employees. Lightner said in a statement, quote, over the past several months, I have received very concerning reports from corrections employees about critically low staffing levels and other issues that seem to violate state and federal labor laws. I am deeply concerned about the well-being of our state employees. These claims must be investigated, end quote. Lightner asked Ringler to investigate claims including short staffing. Employees from multiple prisons have reported that staffing levels have reached critical lows, resulting in safety risks for both the inmates and staff members. This shortage of staff is detrimental to maintaining a secure and humane correctional environment. Violations of the Family and Medical Leave Act. Several employees claim to have faced retaliation or adverse actions after utilizing their rights under FMLA. Such actions, if true, not only infringe upon the employee's rights, but also create an atmosphere of fear and reluctance to take necessary medical leave. Violations of the 32-hour mandatory overtime rule. Reports have suggested that prison staff are being subjected to excessive mandatory overtime, exceeding the 32-hour limit set by state law. This practice can lead to burnout, decreased morale, and potential lapses in security and safety. Lightner wrote, quote, given the gravity of these claims and the potential implications they could have on the safety and well-being of staff and inmates, I believe it is essential to conduct an unbiased and thorough investigation into these matters. As such, I respectfully request that the Michigan Office of Auditor General initiate an independent audit of the Michigan Department of Corrections to examine the accuracy of these claims and determine whether any legislative action or policy changes are necessary to address them effectively, end quote. Michigan's prison population decreased by 1,431 prisoners in 2021 to 32,186 prisoners, a decline of 4.3% according to a May 2022 report. The total prisoner population hasn't been this low since 1989, when Michigan sent returning prisoners to halfway houses to reacclimate to society while serving sentences. The 2021 year in-prison population was 37.6% smaller than the record high of 51,554 prisoners reached in March 2007, 19,368 prisoners fewer than the peak population. MDOC spokesman Kyle Kaminsky said the MDOC, quote, must maintain operations with sufficient staffing, end quote, on site every day of the year for public safety. Quote, this has placed a significant burden on our current employees, which is why the MDOC has undertaken a variety of efforts to increase recruitment and retention, end quote, Kaminsky wrote in an email. Kaminsky said those efforts included a recruiting campaign, paid media, retention bonuses, and more. Kaminsky said the MDOC, quote, remains fully focused on solutions to this set of challenges, end quote. Listeners can keep up with this story and more at thecentersquare.com. This podcast was made with the assistance of AI technology. Please subscribe and thanks for listening.